Would you buy land for $2,200 if you knew you could quickly sell for $16,000? That's exactly what my student Jim did after he attended a 3-day auction preparation workshop. He bought a 2-acre wooded lot for pennies on the dollar and flipped it using a land contract. Here's how he did it step by step. There are over 3,000 local county tax defaulted property auctions scheduled nationwide every year. Many will have land with starting bids of only 5 to 10 cents on the dollar. For those who haven't attended an auction, the county auction list will show tax defaulted land with a county tax assessed value and the starting price as low as 5 or 10 cents on the dollar. The margin between the low purchase price and the potential market price is your profit. Imagine land tax assessed value of $10,000 to $20,000 sold for pennies on the dollar. It's possible to earn large profits on vacant land, although you'll need a strategy to resell the property. The number one mistake most bidders make is they don't know how to resell the land for maximum profit. Here's the part my students really like. You don't have to be a pushy salesperson and use high-pressure closing techniques to sell land. Instead, you handpick the best deals at the tax defaulted auction, the ones that you buy at low prices that will allow you to sell below comparable selling prices. I call that buy low, sell low. This makes sales a lot easier. Add to that the advantage you'll have in utilizing seller financing, installment sales. I'll discuss that method on this video. For example, my coaching student purchased at a tax defaulted property auction in Georgia, which is a redeemable deed state. This means the state of Georgia will allow the defaulting property owner who is delinquent on property taxes an opportunity to redeem the property for 1 year after the property auction. In other words, the defaulting property owner gets the property back if they request redemption. A complete explanation of redemption deed auctions and the consequences is the subject of this video I'm showing on the screen. My coaching student attended a 3-day auction preparation workshop to discover and practice the process of purchasing vacant land parcels. At the tax defaulted auction, the highest bidder becomes the legal owner. However, in Georgia, the highest bidder does not have marketable title. Because of the law, the deed is redeemable by the owner. In Georgia, the defaulting owner has 1 year right of redemption. The property and that redemption is permitted by Georgia state statute, that's the law, and requires the defaulting property owner to pay a 20% penalty plus a 100% of the highest bidder paid at the auction to buy back the redeemable tax deed. Most tax defaulted auction buyers invest in single-family homes. Some buy like apartments, many like farms. Most people think cheap land is useless. Smart tax defaulted auction investors know it's a gold mine. Many bargain hunters are looking for low-priced vacant land, and they are usually beginners and newcomers, and they find small acre lots plentiful at tax defaulted property auctions and relatively easy to buy and resell. Keep in mind, the mistake most beginners make, they don't know how to resell the land for maximum profit. To sell easily, I suggest buy at low auction prices and use a land contract, which is an installment sale. Many investors, beginners, refer to this as a contract for deed or land contract or installment sale. In Georgia, they refer to this document as a security deed. The question is, what is a land contract? The answer is, it's a seller finance loan drawn up between the new buyer who wants an installment sale and a seller who is willing to accept payments. The contract may be for a home or land. Seller financing using contracts is common. The buyer makes payments directly to the seller. For security, the seller continues to hold title to the property until the buyer has completely paid full price and all payments. You're probably thinking to yourself, this is not traditional real estate, and you are correct. However, it is one of the best ways I know to build a high-income business that lets you live almost any lifestyle that you deserve. Land contracts open up a whole new arena of buyers. Many individuals with limited funds want to purchase utilizing installment sales. They may have previously applied at a local bank for a loan, and the banks reject their request. Most buyers cannot get traditional bank loans for land. It's not unusual for banks and institutions to turn down buyers due to poor credit and poor payment histories. A high percentage of loans for vacant land are rejected by the banks. Many banks prefer not to loan on land. The rejected land buyer may have a good job, an excellent income. However, they may also have a low FICO score or be slow to pay on credit cards. Land contracts are a game changer. Seller-provided land contracts allow flexibility regarding small or large down payments for people who can afford payments but don't qualify for a mortgage. The important point to realize is you, the seller, is in a very secure position because the seller retains the title to the installment sale contract until all payments have been received. The point here is, land contracts are much different than a mortgage contract. The land contract has flexible terms. For example, my student Jim attended a 3-day auction preparation workshop prior to attending a tax-defaulted property auction. He was a successful bidder on a vacant 2-acre wooded lot.
It was a 2-acre lot with a bunch of trees, but there was a mobile home in the middle of it. But we didn't do anything with it because, in Georgia, it's a 1-year redemption state. So we said, well, okay, we'll wait. And then towards the end of the year, we hadn't heard anything. So we was like, well, let's go ahead and get a quiet title done. Because, Ted says, if you want to be able to sell it and somebody wants to finance it, then you're going to need a quiet title. So that's what we did. We got an attorney, got the quiet title.
After 1 year, the student Jim was awarded the property. The Georgia statutes allowed Jim, after 1 year, to foreclose and wipe out, that's delete, the right of redemption. At auction, Jim was awarded the property and used a land contract to sell the property to an eager buyer. This was an installment sale, which is perfectly legal and allowed by law in all states. If you're looking for a decent return on your savings or your nest egg, there aren't many traditional ways to do that in the economy we are in. If you continue to do what everyone else is doing, you'll get what everyone else is getting. And most are not earning enough money. To solve the investment challenge, cheap vacant lots are plentiful at over 5,000 local county tax defaulted auctions. The land contract is a valuable sales tool. In this instance, it revealed a $16,000 sale to a new buyer. Jim, my student, invested only $2,200. Additionally, he invested in a quiet title process, which made his total investment $7,000. The land contract terms paid $7,000 down payment to Jim. So now Jim has a 100% return of investment and the remaining $9,000 due and payable for 10 years at an interest rate of 9.5%. A couple of deals like you've just watched would move you closer to financial success and allow you to do what you want when you want to. Keep in mind, the security for Jim, the seller, was he retained the deed to the property until he collects payment in full. Tax-defaulted vacant land opens up a unique opportunity for beginners to start building a financial future. Tax-defaulted land purchased at auction is generally cheap. However, the tax value may be considerably above the auction price. Using land contracts allows the sellers to open up a large market for eager buyers who have been rejected by the banks. In my next video, I break down how another investor turned a tax defaulted house into a cash flow machine. Most people miss out on these land deals. Check out this video on my screen.